So today I'm going to show you how to create a passport card using a kit that isn't necessarily a passport card kit. But the passport card is basically a design, and you can create a passport card using any of my digital products. So that's what I wanted to show you today, is how to create a passport card using my latest kit called Millinery and Fancy Things. Now, if you're not familiar with my passport cards, basically it's a 3-page card that you can fit ephemera in, gift cards, anything at all. It's just basically a card design. And I love it because you can coordinate paper to be able to show when you actually have the card closed. So as you can see here, I have 3 different papers, but they all show on the front just because of the way that the card is designed. Now the card design is pretty simple. You're going to start out with a base, and the base is going to measure 7 inches, and the length of the card can vary. Typically I'll do either 5 1/4, 5 or 5 1/2. It really depends on how big you want your card. Typically an A2 card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So just kind of keep that in mind. So this particular card here measures let's see, I should say here, it measures 7 long, and then I score it at 2 3/4. So when you cut your cardstock, it'll be 7 long, score at 2 3/4, and then the height of it is, this particular one is 5 1/2. So that's the basic design of your passport card. Now once you have your base, it's just a matter of cutting up your paper and decorating your card. So I'm using some of my paper that is from my kit called Millinery and Fancy Goods, and I'm going to go ahead and cut down this cardstock. Alright, so once you have all of your paper cut out, then it's time to start decorating. But you want to still make sure before you start decorating to add your middle piece. Now this middle piece here measures 4 by, that looks like 5. Yeah, 4 by 5. And then you're going to want to score it 1/2 inch here, because that's how you're going to attach it to the inside of your card. So let's go ahead and glue this part first, so we have our card base together, and then we can start decorating it. Now when it comes to decorating your passport card, it really is your choice. The way that I decorate it here on this video isn't necessarily the required way to decorate it. You can decorate it any way that you want. And that's really why I fell in love with this design, because you can take one idea, one design, and make so many different cards depending on the paper that you use and the theme that you like to go. So like I said, this design will work with any of my kits. Alright, so once I have my base together, now it's time to start decorating. Now you're going to get lots of ephemera pieces in your kits. And remember, these are digital, so you can size them down if you need to. So don't feel like you have to just go with the sizes I've created. If there's a particular image or ephemera piece that you like, you can size that down. So don't be afraid to do that. And as you can see, I am rounding my corners. Again, this is a personal choice. It's not something that you have to do. I just like the way that it finishes off the book. Now when I'm adding my paper, I like to leave a border. And that's just because I'm not a perfect crafter, and if I try to line it up exactly the same way, I may not get it exact to my dimensions. Now I know you should, right? When you cut it and you measure it, you should get exact dimensions, but that's not always the case with me. So I like to leave a border, And I also like the way that it just, the overall look of that as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just continue to add my paper onto my base. Okay, so once you have the book decorated, now it's time to add all your embellishments. And this is my favorite part. Now, one thing I want to show you here, and this is a previous card I made. As you can see, I said sometimes I make the height a little different. This one I made at 5, and I believe it was 5 1/4, and this one was 5 1/2. Sometimes I cut this smaller so the back portion will show. Sometimes I leave it taller like I did on this one. But those are the basic dimensions. I like to mix it up. I don't necessarily like to do the same dimensions every single time. But hopefully this video will give you an idea of how to put the basic structure of the card together. Now, one thing I also like to do, as you can see here, this has a little tab, and I have a die cut that I cut this. I like to sometimes add little tabs. This little tab here isn't part of the digital kit. It's just something I created. But I just wanted to show you that if you wanted to add some of your own touches or your own embellishments using different dies, that's certainly a possibility as well. So I'm going to just go ahead and add this here. And that will be just a little turn tab, and then I can put a little, I should have done it the other way. Let's do it this way. Yeah, that's better. So that way I can put a little label or something like that. Okay. Perfect. All right. So now the fun begins. This is where we get to decorate it. So I'm just going to go ahead and start adding embellishments here. And like I've indicated throughout this entire video, the designer paper can be mixed and matched. You can pull from your own stash. You can create from my kit. There's a lot of ways you can go to decorate these fun cards. So I'm going to go ahead and just continue to decorate this. And then once I'm finished, we'll go ahead and we'll do a quick walkthrough. Okay, so now I have all of my pages decorated, but I also wanted to show you another addition that I like to add. I like to put a little pocket on the last page, so that way if I have extra ephemera pieces, I can go ahead and stick them right in my pocket. This is also great for gift cards, so if your card is going to be, you know, as a gift, then you can easily put a little gift card into this book, or this little card I should say, and it's kind of like 2 gifts in one. Now for the pocket, I don't necessarily leave a white border. I just decorate it according to the size of my pocket. And this pocket is 2 inches long, and then it's just the length of your back card. It could even be a little bit smaller like this one is here. All right. Just trying to get this lined up. And we'll give that a minute to dry. And then once you have all your pages decorated and your extra ephemera pieces in your pocket, as a final touch, if you want to add little stickers or sayings, that's always fun. So let's see here. I want to make sure I choose a sentiment that will fit. This one will work. And these stickers are from Tim Holtz's Idea-ology collection, and I find they work great for these little books. I think I want that to be a little higher. That's good. Just enough so it shows through. And then I'll have another one here. Let's see. Maybe shine brightly. I think the final touches are always what make the book. And I don't think I'll put anything here because that cover works great. But let's go ahead and let's see. I think I'll actually put it right there. And then let's see if we can maybe add one more, or additionally, if you have remnant rubs, those work well. Let's see. And that's it. I mean, as you can see, it came together pretty easily. As a final touch, if you want to, you can add paper here as well. It's not necessary, but that's completely up to you. Especially if you have a dirty desk and you get ink on your back, you may want to do that as a final touch. But that's it. I mean, very easy to put together. Like I said, you can do this with any one of my kits. It doesn't necessarily have to be labeled a passport kit, but it works well. All right, so as always, I hope you've liked my tutorial today and that you'll get one of these passport books to try. They're really fun. And if you've enjoyed my video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All right, guys, appreciate you stopping by today, and we'll see you again next time.